Okay, so time for the tutorial. First, you take a really light green and color the entire grass the really light green. Okay, once you've got that base coat of whatever light green color you chose down, then you're going to take a slightly darker, just a slightly darker green color. I like to use the chiseled end for this because I don't have enough control over the brush end. And you're just going to start making little strokes, little random short strokes like this all over it. It's okay if some of them come up over. They're just going to be like little short strokes like this. Doop 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 doop. And they can be super random. Doesn't matter. Just main thing is short strokes and not uniform. Then once you finish that, you're going to take another green that's slightly darker than the last green that you used. And again, I like to use the fine tip. I prefer the fine tip, but if you got chisel, you got to do what you got to do. And you're going to just go over doing the same exact thing, just making little upward strokes. And it's okay for some of them if the strokes go over, because grass does go over. You don't want the strokes to come up over this. Why is my light changing colors? Okay, I won't make you watch this whole boring. All right, and once that is done, you go in with a darker shade that's darker than the last shade you used, and use the fine tip. The darker you get, the more sparing you want to be about the strokes, like, and watching like your placement. So like clump them up together closer to where it's going to be darker. So it's going to be dark back here, so I'm going to put a lot back here. It's not going to be as dark up here because my light source is going to be coming from up this way. So I'm just going to do more sparing. And then darker back here. You can even fill in and you can do some of them sort of like that, a little, oh, you can't see, little sideways ones, or just straight up and down. And then there might be some places where you want little extra, like clumps, they're going to be a little darker. And then, like I said, wherever it's going to be darker, add more of the dark shade. My light source is going to be coming from this way, so I want it to be bright here and then gradually get darker. That's my goal anyway. So then once you have that down, you can keep adding like darker and darker greens, or you can go in the shadow areas with like a blue or a purple or an olive, like depending on your color, and start adding a little more depth to the shadows. I'm doing blue in this scenario. And of course you want to use, the darker you go, more sparingly. You can't see what I'm doing over here, but. And then you can take like a gel pen or an acrylic marker and start adding some highlights and lowlights. So I'm going to start with this, I don't know, what is this, like a sea mist green color? And just start sparingly adding some little strokes in there of this color. And then I'm going to go in with this blue in the shadow areas and just add some low lights in there. And then I'll go in with this yellow in just and only the bright portions and add some highlights. And then finally I'm going to go in with a white pen and use it very sparingly, only in the highlighted portions. If it would work. Oh, wait a minute, I don't think this pen is working anymore. Okay, it's coming out a little bit. It's not really working, this pen. Okay, no, hold on. Okay, the pen's not working on me, but anyway, now you have grass. Easy peasy. I mean, it's a process, but still looks cool.